Welcome back everybody here to the 2016 NASCAR mock season, as today we'll be taking the NASCAR Spring Up Series on track as we will be competing the Food City 500, race number 8 of 36 in the 2016 NASCAR Spring Cup Series. I'm Rick Burton here in the broadcast booth here to give you coverage of a 50-lap short track race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, also known as Thunder Valley. On your front row you have the number 22 of Joey Logano. Won his third pole in 2016, alongside the number 41 of Kurt Busch. On row 2, you had the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. alongside the 31 of Ryan Newman, and running out your top 5, a former Bristol winner Brad Keselowski alongside Kyle Larson in the 42. Yesterday, you saw the NASCAR Xfinity race here at Bristol. We saw Ty Dillon pick up the win from the pole. He led every single lap, all 42 laps. Which includes the 2 green-white checkers laps. So, let's see what we will have today. Logano and Kurt Busch make up your front row, 2 drivers who have already been in victory lane in 2016. In fact, in the first 7 races of the year, we have already seen 7 different winners go to victory lane. Beginning with Ryan Newman at Daytona, and just last weekend with Kurt Busch, making a last corner move on Brad Keselowski. 43 drivers lined on pit road getting ready to go green for the 8th race of the year. And let's see what will happen as we take you down trackside and get you the most famous words in all of racing.
Drivers, start your engines!
That was your command. Down below you should already be seeing your starting grid rolling across your screen. Joey Logano and Kurt Busch, your front row here today at Bristol. As you look through the rest of the cars leaving pit road, you can get an early look on where your drivers will be starting. And running out the field will be rookie number 62 of Harrison Rhodes for Premium Motorsports. We had a total of 46 entries. 3 drivers went home. Who will it be today at Bristol? Thunder Valley, the last great Coliseum. Off turn number 4 to get us underway. Logano and Kurt Busch in front row are underway from Bristol. Down into turn number 1 they go. Logano already has cleared the 41 of Kurt Busch. Down the inside for second place comes the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. with the 2 of Keselowski on his back bumper. Going off turn number 4, Logano will lead lap number 1 under green, as now Truex and Kurt Busch remain side by side. Keselowski 4th, and your top 5 now has the 43 of Eric Almirola trying to get inside the top 5 on the inside of the 31 of Ryan Newman. But now we are under yellow as the 83 of Matt DiBenedetto has crashed down here in turn number 3, and he is taking out AJ Allmendinger in the process, and that is a big disappointment for that 83 team. DiBenedetto had a great run in qualifying, so inside the top 30 for Matt DiBenedetto, but ends up crashing early on here at Bristol, and he's taking out Allmendinger in the 47. It looks like Landon Castle, who also had a great run in qualifying, started all the way up in 17th place in the number 40 Hillman Racing Chevrolet, and Castle, he has damages after he got contact from the 27 of Paul Menard. So caution is already out at Bristol involving the 83 of Matt DiBenedetto. And we're going to take a quick look and find out what happened to the Deathless Blasting Toyota out of BK Racing. His 2 teammates failed to qualify, so DiBenedetto making a show and even getting inside the top 30 was a real high for the team. Doctor number 2. Oh, the 83 to Benedetto, 47 of Allmendinger hit the inside wall. He also took the 32 of Jeffrey Earnhardt with him. Jeffrey Earnhardt making his 2nd start of the year, but the crashes didn't stop there. Paul Menard, Landon Castle, Elliott Sadler. Might be the same thing. And here's Castle under tag with the 10 of Regan Smith. Castle had a great run in qualifying, hits the inside wall, and there's Allgaier does a nice job getting by, but Menard gets run into by Sadler, and there's the 47 of Allmendinger really fast and happy hour, that 47 car was. So it's real soon that he's damaged early on. And the two underdogs who had great runs in qualifying and took their cars behind the wall, Laney Castle and Matty Benedetto. That will leave us with 41 cars on track. AJ Allmendinger will be making another pit stop here under yellow. When we went green, Joey Logano, he got out in the lead and he pulled away from second place Martin Truex. Brad Keselowski moved up 2 spots to third. Kurt Busch lost 2 spots to fourth. And now getting inside the top 5, Eric Almirola into 43. Rookie Ryan Blaney right now running in 6th. Ryan Newman, Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Busch. They make up your top 10. Jamie McMurray, Clint Boyer, Casey Mears, Ryan Scott, and Casey Kane. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Dale Jr., Carl Edwards, and Regan Smith. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Austin Dillon, Jamie Johnson, Tony Stewart, and David Reagan. Let's see, we have Matt Kenseth, last year's winner here, Paul Menard, Greg Biffle, Ryan Vickers, and Justin Allgaier. As we are back green, Logano, Truex, and Keselowski gets us back underway as we come off turn number 2. Moving up the track now to 78, he got loose. That opened up the door for the 2 of Brad Keselowski. On the inside will be a Team Penske 1-2 battle at the front of the field like we saw at Texas 1 week ago. Allmendinger has now went 1 lap down in that 47 car. Now Kurt Busch on the inside of Martin Truex. Truex got by Kurt Busch in the initial start, but now Kurt fighting back on the inside. Now Truex got loose again. Busch will complete the pass down here in turn 3. And now here comes that 43 of Almirola. Kyle Larson and Kevin Harvick making contact. Back here the 42 and the 4. Allmendinger on pit road again. Field cars have actually went a lap down. The 6 of Trevor Bayne is being shown 1 lap down. Elliott Sadler 1 lap down. Michael McDowell and Allmendinger are now 2 laps down. And Moffitt about to get turned by McDowell. Coming back up the track. Johnson 3 wide with Ryan Vickers and Justin Allgaier. Johnson started deep in the field outside the top 25 in that 48 car. Chase Elliott on the inside of his teammate Casey Kane. Brian Scott on the inside of Kyle Busch. McMurray, Blaney outside the top 10 now. As moving up, there's Trevor Bayne. Eric Almirola in 5th. Kyle Larson, Kevin Harvick, and Clint Boyer. And now we have just got, now we're seeing that the 2 of Brad Keselowski has gotten around the 22 of Joey Logano. So Keselowski trying to get redemption after losing a win last weekend at Texas by inches over the 41 of Kurt Busch. Remember, Logano led the early laps at Texas, but then got passed by Kurt Busch, and then Logano got passed by Brad K, and then Keselowski got passed by Kurt Busch on the final lap off the final corner. And right now we're seeing the same thing today, but right now that 2 car is in command of the field. He's leading here in the Food City 500. And right now Brad would become the 8th different winner in 2016. Should he win today. Joey Logano back to 2nd now, being under tight with the 41 of Kurt Busch, who is starting to stalk him. Martin Truex in 4th, and Almirola, a great run by that 43 of Eric Almirola. Kevin Harvick, winner from Las Vegas earlier in the year. Clint Boyer, he's had a great start to his freshman year at Furniture Row Racing. Ryan Blaney in 8th, Jamie McMurray, and Kyle Larson. That is now your top 10. How about Brian Scott, that rookie, that number 29? He is now getting in the mix for a top 10 run for the Albertson Chevrolet. Now, and yeah, Scott will beat Larson to the launch. Scott now being shown in 10th place. Right behind him, another Rookie of the Year contender, Chase Elliott, in that 24. Larson trying to shut the door in the 24 by Elliott. As the news on the inside, and he will battle him down into turn number 1. Regan Smith moving up, Denny Hamlin's moving up, but the guy dropping back is now that 31 of Ryan Newman, down to 15th already. Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch dropping back. Matt Kenseth, though, he's moving up. He started outside the top 30 in that 20 car. He's now up to 18th place, battling his Joe Gibbs teammates, Edwards and Kyle Busch behind him. Dale Jr. and Johnson trying to move up. Ryan Vickers, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Paul Menard, Casey Mears. He had a great run in qualifying. He's now dropped outside the top 25. Greg Gifford right now running 30th. Brett Moffitt, Michael Annette, Ryan Priest, Alex Bowman, and David Gilliland. We've already caught lap traffic. Keselowski's now put the 62 of Harrison Rhodes and the 32 of Jeffrey Earnhardt one lap down. And Logano is going to turn Rhodes, and Rhodes is going to take out Truex Jr. in the 78. Now the caution should not be out. The 78 saved it, he did, but Martin Truex, he got hit by the 32 and the 62 of Harrison Rhodes and Jeffrey Earnhardt, and there's Rhodes out the track, losing spots in that number 62. So Harrison might be trying to get down on the inside. He had a great run in his Cup debut at Phoenix, got a top 25 finish for Harrison Rhodes. But he's right now causing a little bit of trouble for our leaders at the front of the field. Almirola and Boyer. Harvick's now caught Truex for 4th place. David Gilliland now one lap down in that 38 car. Ryan Priest going to lap down in the number 98. Now remember, if we get a caution that would end the race under yellow, all of the cars one lap down or more, they would not participate in that green-white checker. Where they will finish is where they will be running at the end of the race. So if Bowman finished this race 35th, one lap down under yellow, he will finish 35th without competing in the green-white checker, if that makes any sense. So right now we are now under 20 to go here at Bristol. We have 32 cars on the lead lap. Remember, just like a lap ago, or maybe about 5 laps ago, we saw the 62 already almost get turned with a 78 or the 22. Look, they're just calm again as Harvick, he's on the move in that 4 car. The Outback Chevrolet on the move, Kevin Harvick. That is a Stewart-Haas car. That is Kurt Busch's teammate. Well, just look at the irony if Harvick was able to get up to Keselowski and pass him, just like how his teammate Kurt Busch did last weekend, as Bowman and Michael Annette racing hard to try to stay in front of the 41 of Kurt Busch. Busch sees Harvick coming, and Harvick up to third. He's gotten around Logano, but they are being held up by Alex Bowman and Michael Annette. And the 38 of David Gilliland nearly got turned by Martin Truex. He's already had a rough couple of laps, and now Clint Boyer Truex trying to use David Gilliland as a pick on his teammate Boyer, as Almirola, Blaney, McMurray, and Brian Scott make up your top 10, as we are right now 15 to go. Busch and Harvick finally get by Bowman and Annette, but it looks like the only guy who seems to be fast enough for the 2 of Keselowski is that 4 of Kevin Harvick. And right, he has a big lead on Kurt Busch because of lap traffic. I mean, Brad's gotten through this traffic pretty solidly, but you saw Kurt Busch and Harvick stuck in behind Michael Annette and Bowman, who were side by side. That's not what they need when they're trying to catch the leader. Next week in the NASCAR, we're on the yellow. We'll get to what I was saying in a moment, but Chase Elliott has crashed down here in turn number 1. Rookie of the Year contender Chase Elliott on pit road, teleported to pit road after a crash down here in turn number 1. That will bring out the caution, and looks like his teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. may have been involved as well in that number 88 car. So trouble for Dale Jr. and Chase Elliott, the 24 in the 88. Caution's out for the second time today here with about 11 to go. And that is not what Brad Keselowski needed, as Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick will be right on their bumper. And you see Elliott Stewart Jr., it starts right here off turn 2, or turn 4, and it ends down here in turn number 1. Chase Elliott's trying to get around Kyle Busch, stuck in behind a 32 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Earnhardt slides out the track, comes back up, and Tony Stewart's going to end up turning Elliott into the wall, taking his Elliott's teammate Dale Jr. with him, and that is just a unfortunate mishap on the 32 of Jeffrey Earnhardt, who could have gotten out of the way a little bit better, but ended up taking the rookie Chase Elliott out. And even Dale Jr., they were running around 19th and 20th, I believe, at the time. Were they? Let's go back and see. They were running, they crossed the line in 19th and 21st place, so one more look at it. Chase Elliott up in the outside wall. That will end his day. He is taking his car behind the wall, and he will finish, it appears, in 41st for the rookie driver. Making his first start here at Bristol in the Cup Series. Ends with the DNF. Now we'll be going back green with plenty of time to, left green flag racing. We have, and Dale Jr. has also taken his car behind the wall. Chase Elliott's behind the wall. AJ Allmendinger's 14 laps down in the 47. Michael McDowell, Elliott Sadler, Trevor Bayne, Harrison Rhodes. They are 2 laps down, and 1 lap down are Jeffrey Earnhardt, David Gilliland, Ryan Preece, Michael Annett, Alex Bowman, and Brett Moffitt. So we have 28 cars on the lead lap. Casey Mears being the last one in at 13. We'll be going green this time by your top 10. Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Julian Nagano, and the 78 of Martin Truex. Eric Almirola, McMurray, Boyer, Scott, and Kyle Larson, your top 10. Now, Kurt Busch and Harvick, they got to get around that 34 of Brett Moffitt if they want to get up to that 2 of Keselowski. How quick can they get by, and do they have enough time to get to the 2? 9 laps remaining at Bristol for the 2 of Brad Keselowski. He has a couple of wins here. Got his first one here back in 2012. Driving the Blue Deuce for Team Penske. Harvick stuck in behind Moffitt. Here comes Logano on the inside. Logano in the 22 on the inside of Harvick. He'll take the 3rd spot away. That may be what Logano's teammate Keselowski needed to win this race. He needs to keep that 4 car behind. Is that the 16 or the 48? 48 looks like he was off track, and they just put that 62 car in the wall, Harrison Rhodes. And they have a crash back here that will hurt us going in ending this race under green. Is there a lot of cars stopped down here? Can they get them out of the way before the leaders come around? Caution is back out. Involved Jeffrey Earnhardt, Michael McDowell. You saw that 48. That was Jimmy Johnson. And now we just got Carl Edwards turned into the inside wall. So Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Logano, Harvick, Truex, Almirola, McMurray, Larson, Boyer, and Brian Scott. That is your top 10 right now, as you're under yellow once again, and this could be setting us up for another green-white checker here this weekend. And it's going to start with a 14 of Tony Stewart making contact with the number 32 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. We would have seen that 32 in the way for a couple of guys. And Vickers gets by. Stenhouse squeezes by with a 48. Just nowhere to go in that number 48 car. 51, Justin Allgaier. A lot of damage in that Texas Lottery Chevrolet. Michael McDowell, he already has contact from somebody. And that 48, we saw him off track about a straightaway prior. Here off turn number 2, Johnson nearly got taken out by Justin Allgaier. He did a nice job saving it. There's Rhodes getting in the wall, but Johnson saved it that time, but not this time. And right when that was all going on, I saw a car on pit road. That was Greg Biffle. He's been on and off pit road, so he looks like will be 1 lap down, meaning he will not be able to participate in the green-white checker. So we are not going back green, so that means we will go to a green-white checker. Here is your top 10 one more time. Let's do it like this. Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch, Logano, Harvick, and Truex, Almirola, McMurray, Larson, Boyer, and Brian Scott. That will be your top 10 when we return for the first attempt at a green-white checker. Alright, so we are getting ready for our green-white checker. It'll be 2 laps. So the caution come out before we take the white flag. We will do it all over again. If we get to the white flag and we're still green, the race will end right there. We had a a few minor adjustments to the how they will restart. We have 25 cars remaining as they will battle it out for the final 2 laps. Can Brad Keselowski hang on? We're back underway. Keselowski and Kurt Busch, Logano and Harvick and Truex, your top 5. And Busch way wide out here in turn number 1. Here comes Harvick in the middle in that 4 car. Harvick thought better of it. Out of turn number 4, it will be Brad Keselowski leading us to the white flag. This race will end under green. Logano trying to make it a Penske 1-2 finish at Bristol. Yesterday it was Ty Dillon who picked up his first win in the Xfinity Series, and today it'll be Brad Keselowski who will pick up his first Cup win of 2016 here at Bristol, as he will win the Food City 500. And coming up second will be the pole sitter and Brad's teammate Joey Logano. Kurt Busch dropped to 4th as Martin Truex got 3rd, Kevin Harvick 5th, and McMurray, Clint Bowyer, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, and Matt Kenseth, your top 10, and Brian Scott fell all the way back to 14th after running inside the top 10 for a good portion of the race. Larson 12th. Overall, a pretty good day, as kind of a crazy way to end the race, as a lot of cars dropped out, a lot of cars went a lap down, a lot of cars had issues all day long, like the 47 of Allmendinger. But up front, it was Brad Keselowski, and he was able to hang on and pick up his first win of 2016. And Penske now has 2 cars on the chase grid, looking to make the chase. Next weekend, the NASCAR Spring Up Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be racing at the Richmond International Raceway next weekend. And then after that will be Talladega. Remember, if you have yet to vote for the All-Star fan vote for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, the NASCAR Spring Up Series, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series, be sure to do that. Your vote counts tremendously. So, yeah, that is all here from Bristol, and we will see you next weekend at Richmond, as we will have another short track race for NASCAR. Goodbye, everyone. On your screen now, you'll see your results and points, by the way. We'll see you next weekend.